Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm going to do another Black Ops 2 video, and this isn't just about Black Ops 2, it sort of applies to all Call of Duties, but it primarily applies to Call of Duty just because of all the settings and everything, the matchmaking, and yeah. So, I'm going to be showing/telling you guys how to get into good lobbies, into good games, and yeah, so most people would consider a good game or a good lobby one where you hop in and you get like nuclears, or you get swarms and VSATs, and you're just absolutely just pooing on the enemy team. You're absolutely just crapping on them, and yeah. So I'm gonna give you guys some pretty easy tips, and let's get started. So the way matchmaking works is it finds first it sort of selects do you have the DLC, like it matches you up with a player and it says, does that player have the same DLC that you do, and yes, no, and if no, then you're not a match. And what's this person's skill level? Do they, let's say you have a 2 KD, does this person have a 2 KD? And the reason they do it by skill levels because they don't want people from Optic or whatever getting put up against like Christmas noobs, 6-year-olds who just barely got the game for Christmas and don't know how to even play, and the pros from like Optic or whatever that are going ham on them. They have like 14, they probably have like 26 KDs, and they have like, they're getting nuclears and swarms off these little kids, and yeah. So Prestige, it's gonna try and rank you up with people that are Master Prestige. If you are level 1, it's gonna try and rank you up with people that are level 1, and yeah. And so like score per minute, KD, and your rank is all part of the skill level part. And it searches for players around you. Is there another player on your street who's playing the same game type and game mode, and is there a person around you that's playing the same thing? If so, match you up with that person. Is there a person in your neighborhood, your city, your state, neighboring states, your country, countries around your country? But for the most part, if you live in like the US or in Europe, you're not gonna be matched up with people from like Ukraine, or if you're from the US, you're not going to be matched up with people from Ukraine, or if you're in Europe, you're not going to get matched up with people from Australia, or from like Japan or something. It's going to match you up with people for the most part in your same country at least, and if it has to, it'll go into around the borders of your country, and yeah. So then it's going to talk to the host, and it's going to see if you what your connection would be. Would you have a 1 bar if you jump into this game? Would you have a 4 bar? If you're gonna have a 4 bar, it'll put you in there. And yeah, so the easiest way is to download all your DLC. If you're gonna download all the DLC like I do, and you have like the season pass or something, what you're gonna want to do is go to like Amazon or Walmart or something, and you're going to want to purchase around a 10 gigabyte, 16 gigabyte, something like that, flash drive. And they have Microsoft branded ones for Xboxes, and I'm pretty sure this works on PS3. I don't think this works on PC, but yeah. So on Xbox, you're going to want to, you're probably saying, well, I've got like a 200 gigabyte hard drive, where do I have to buy this? And I'll tell you why. So you're going to want to download, say if you're playing on Xbox, your Xbox Live profile, you're going to want to download it to the flash drive. And then if you go into like memory and stuff, you're going to want to select the season pass, and you're also going to want to move like everything over to the flash drive. And so you're going to want to make sure, one, you have this your profile on there, and then you're going to want to download all the DLC on there. And if you want to play the DLC, you'll always have to have that flash drive plugged in, unless you if you don't want to do this, you can keep the DLC on your console, but it'll be hard since there's no like disabled DLC thing like there was in MW3, because in Modern Warfare 3 there was a feature where you could search for games that did have the same DLC as you, or they didn't have the same DLC as you. And if it's basically, do you want to disable your DLC for right now, or do you want to enable it? So like, if you want to get matched up with people and you're going to want to play on one of the DLC maps, you're going to want to have the option on. But since there's not that option in Black Ops 2, you're going to have to put it on a flash drive. And yeah, so you can still play normally. You can still turn on your Xbox, pop in the game, and play. And you can play the DLC. You won't have to go into settings or anything. You won't have to mess with anything, and you'll be good. But with the the reason why you're gonna want to put DLC on a flash drive is because a lot of these noobs or players who just barely bought the game or something like that, they have no idea about this game. Like their aunt got it for them for Christmas, or something, like their parents got it for them, and this is their first Call of Duty or something. They barely know how to play. Chances are they're not going to have DLC. So if you have DLC enabled, chances are you could get matched up with this kid who doesn't have the DLC, but chances are you're going to be matched up with people who do have the same DLC. And yeah, so then if you're tired of playing these DLC maps, or you're tired of getting put up against players with DLC, and who are most players who have the DLC are pretty good about the game. They're pretty serious. They're willing to spend $60 or $50 if you bought the season pass extra on the game to get these extra maps. And yeah, so they're probably pretty serious about the game. And so if you want to play against noobs, just unplug the flash drive. When you want to play DLC again, you just plug it back in. Actually, I wouldn't recommend putting your profile on a flash drive, just because if you unplug it, then your profile, it's on a flash drive, so it can't read your profile and stuff anymore. So I apologize about that. I go back on what I said earlier. But so just put your profile on your hard drive. Even the new Xbox Slims and stuff, they've still got 4 gig built in. No matter what, so your profile might be 18 meg or something, so it's not going to take up any space. And yeah, so I have a friend. He hasn't bought any of the DLC for Black Ops 2, and he just relies off of mine. And so whenever I hang out with him, we have to since we're playing on the same console, he can play the same maps. He can play the DLC. Since we're on the same console, I don't even have to be signed in. But yeah, so that's one thing to note. So he doesn't buy any of the DLC, and he has a .69 KD, and it's a way you can abuse the matchmaking. You can have, since this friend, he's Prestige 1, level 15 or something, with a .69 KD, and I have him search for the matches. I have him be the party leader in the lobby, and I have him search for the matches, and we get ranked up with people around his skill. So since I'm already Master Prestige, I've been that way for a while, I can, it doesn't match me up with these people, it matches him up with these people. And so then, I can sit there and get swarms on people who have around at .69 KD, and and they're around a Prestige 1 or something like that. And yeah, so it's easiest like that. But I would recommend either starting a new account, and if you want to get ranked up with, just a small tip right here, it doesn't really have anything to do with anything else, but if you want to get ranked up with popular YouTubers that have that are really popular, maybe 1 million subscribers or something like that, most of them post gameplays of they're getting swarms and VSATs, and they're getting like 14 KDs in every game. Most of them, they have like a 3 KD or better, and so if you have around a 3 KD or better, then you're gonna be matched up with them. And yeah, so you have a greater chance of hopping into a lobby with them if you have all the maps that they have, and if you have around the same KD that they have. So yeah, just a couple little tips real quick. And yeah, so I am going to be starting a nuclear series soon, and nuclears, they can be hard if you're trying to go for a nuclear, and you're getting put up against a bunch of tryhards who don't even play the objective. They just go around and try and get kills and all this stuff. It can be hard to get put up against them and try and get a nuclear. But with my nuclear series, I'm gonna have my friend with the .69 KD. I'm gonna have him search. But once again, it's better if you have a friend with a really low KD. So .69. This is sorta in between try hard and noob. Person who really sucks at the game. So like when I have him search, there's some tryhards that have a .69 KD and are trying to get it up, and they're trying to get a lot of kills, and yeah. And then we also get matched up with players who suck. So if you have a friend with like a who doesn't care about KD or anything like that, just have him die a ton. And if you have a .2 KD, then that's going to be good for searching and finding noobs. And yeah, so I hope this has helped you out. It's a little way to get around the matchmaking in Call of Duty. And yeah, so be sure to give this video a rating, and if you have enjoyed, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.